Back when YouTube allowed smaller channels to start monetizing, we decided to monetize our channel. We thought that our YouTube channel could be kind of a business and doing the work God called us to, a ministry all in one. I started thinking that it was a little hard explaining it to people, talking to people, telling them that, this is a ministry, but it's also a business, and it's kind of both. And so I started asking God about that. I was out on my route when I used to drive at my last job, and I started asking God about it, and just asking him, if God, do you want me to give up the business part? Do you want me to give that part of it up and just have the ministry part? And I did a lot of driving on that route, and all of a sudden I had been singing this Toby Mac song while I'd been driving around that day. And right after I asked him that, I started singing, anything I will give up for you, everything I give it all away. And I got the chills from the top of my head to the ends of my toes, and I just knew God was speaking to me through the lyrics in that song. And so I thought, okay, that's it. So got to give up the business part of it. So we unmonetized. We were only monetized for a little while, I think, and then we went a long time not being monetized. One day in my Bible reading, I was reading the passage where Paul was talking about those called into full-time ministry and doing the work of God, that they should get paid for what they do. Kind of paraphrasing that a plumber shouldn't have to go out and be a carpenter to pay for himself to be able to do plumbing work, that you should be able to get paid for the work that you do. And so I was thinking about that, and I'd heard before that what is your tent making, that we're supposed to have a tent making to do and pay for our full-time work that God calls us into. But I didn't see Paul teaching that in that passage there. He was saying that God gives us the right to not muzzle the ox, to give the worker what he pay for what he does, and that he, coming from persecuting Christians and people questioning his motives of becoming a Christian all of a sudden after Jesus revealed himself to you, didn't want to take that ride. He didn't want anybody to question his motives, so he continued on in the business that he was doing in tent making. But in that teaching there, I could see that he was teaching that we should get paid for the work we do. So after praying through that and reading that and everything, I felt like God was saying it's okay to get paid for the work we do, and I felt like monetizing as long as we weren't looking at it as something to make money from, that as a business, that we were looking at it as a way to do God's work, to share the gospel, encourage believers, to make disciples, and that had to be our focus. It couldn't be making money and running a business. So just recently we monetized again, and it was really cool. It's not a lot right now, but we actually got our first check from AdSense for making videos for God. So that was cool, and kind of a big learning process that I kind of went through, going back and forth with God whether or not we should do that or not. But I feel like it was okay as long as we had the right heart and the right motives, and that we weren't doing it just to try to make money.
So cool to have a platform like YouTube, to be able to share our adventure trips that we take with friends and family, and so thankful for viewers like you that watch and comment and like and subscribe, and then for advertisers that make it possible to actually derive an income from it. It's so cool. So as a thank you to you guys, in appreciation of our little income that we got, we want to dedicate our next film to you guys.
Yep, we want to, of course, tithe on it first, but then we want to take some of that money and we want to figure out a trip cool trip to be able to go on to take you guys with us through our videos. So looking forward to that, and just thank you guys for you know, taking the time out of your life to watch our videos. We really appreciate that.
And keep commenting, because we love everybody that we've gotten to know, and we'd love to get to know more of you. And if you have some trips that are in the California area that you think would be cool, not gonna say we can absolutely do it, but it would be interesting to hear what your suggestions are.
Yep, so thanks for watching, and remember, God is real, He loves you, and has a perfect plan and purpose for your life. We'll see you next time. God bless.